Hello, my beautiful Cancers. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome back. Welcome to my channel. I'm Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. This video will be posted on either Thursday, July 2nd or Friday, July 3rd, depending on when I get everything done. Here in America, we are approaching 4th of July, the celebration of 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence, I think. I think that's it. And, well, the last signature actually wasn't on there until August 2nd. But anyway, 4th of July, I think, is when they started that. So I am using the beautiful gold foil deck for our tarot. We're using the Starry Beginnings for the opening message and the Council of Horses for the ending message. July 2nd is the exact mid-year for 2026. And this is the year of the horse. Excuse me, year of the fire horse. So we are going to get right into this. Please remember, this is a collective, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates for you and leave the rest. I want to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers, new subscribers. I am headed towards 900 and I'm very, very excited and happy about that. And I couldn't do any of it without all of you. So thank you. All right. Starry Beginnings. This is number 37, which is a 10. 10s are endings and beginnings, the completion of one cycle and the start of a very new one. Feel and release. Release all you've accumulated on this journey. Now, I understand what it's saying, like in an energetic way. We don't want to hold all of the situations that we've been through if we're trying to move on and grow, right? But obviously it doesn't mean release all of your wisdom and knowledge and education. It's more about the things that we tend to hang on to, right? Grief, loss, anger, those types of things. We want to release those so they can just transmute up into the ether, down into Mother Gaia. She can transmute all those feelings. So Cancers, it seems like at this mid-year point, you want to kind of feel into what you've been through, but then just let it go, right? So you can move on. Just let it go so you can move on. The card is absolutely stunning. This deck is beautiful. The imagery is beautiful. Feel and release, right? It's time to let go of the stuff that you've held on to that you don't need anymore, so you can move on to something new. All right, I'm not going to keep repeating that. That's what I'm hearing. I'm going to face the camera down so you can see the tarot as we pull that message. Okay, my beautiful Cancers, here we go. So I hope if you're in America, you have a beautiful 4th of July weekend celebration. My husband and I will be installing a new door. We have 2 doors we need to get replaced before winter as we work on our house. So that's what we'll be doing. We're not going anywhere. We're not really doing anything. When I was younger, I used to like doing all the events, and we used to go to Heritage Days in Bath a lot. Bath, Maine is where I grew up, and I used to love going back there, but it's just gotten, I don't know, I guess it just doesn't feel the same as it when I was a kid. It was so exciting and everything was so cool, and now I go and just think, oh my gosh, is that ride safe, and is this so different now. But anyway, whatever you do, if you get together with family or barbecue or just, we may have some lobster. I don't know. I've really been craving a crab roll, but I'm not sure where to get them around southern Maine where I am. Wow, this deck. Now, when I was shuffling the deck right before I took the camera off pause, it was not behaving very well. And I'm like, yeah, stubborn. That releasing, that feel and release can be a stubborn thing. As humans, we tend to hang on to old feelings and emotions, and that's not good. Wow. Okay. All right. First 2 cards. The foil deck is a little bit, okay, Judgment. What are you being called to do? Queen of Swords. That is the Queen of Truth. Swords being communication, all forms of communication. Judgment is you're being called to do something, and how will you answer the call? I really feel like that does have a lot to do with that releasing, right? It's time to let things go, right? It's time to think about what you really want in life. Do you really want to be harboring those bad feelings? Or do you want to let them, if you let those things go, you will feel much freer, right? In my experience. And then the Death card, yeah, transformation. Death of the old way of doing things. Cancers, I really feel like this reading has a lot to do with letting things go, having a new birth, new outlook, clean slate, all of those types of things. And we all could use that advice, right? Yeah, all of us could use that advice, everyone. So you could be a Cancer sun sign, rising, moon, or Venus. You could be a cross watcher, watching because you have a prominent Cancer in your life. The cards just all fell out of my hands, and that one was face up. That's the Lovers. That's Gemini energy. And that came out as we were talking about cross-watching and things like that. So you could be a Gemini watching because you have a Cancer in your life. The Lovers card is about choice. It's not really about lovers. If we were doing a love reading, then maybe we could take it as such. But it really isn't about that. It's about making choices. But if you have a Gemini prominently in your birth chart or a Gemini in your life, oh my gosh, now we have the Sun. Sometimes that's Leo energy. And then we have the High Priestess, tuning in to your higher self. Wow. Okay. This is, let's see how this plays out once we look at all these cards. I'm going to do my best to show you the card on camera. Sometimes it doesn't work. Oh, that's not too bad. So Judgment, you see Gabriel blowing the horn. Everybody is waking up to what they need to do. This is card number 20, which is a choice, right? This is your first message about choice. Well, really your second, because releasing anything that you're harboring that no longer serves you is a choice. Judgment is a choice. When you're called to do something, how do you answer the call? What is your decision? Are you going to say yes or no? And then you have this Queen of Swords, Queen of Truth. Swords being communication. And you see she's sitting on her throne. She has her hand up. It looks to me like she's doling out some truths that maybe people are not going to be too happy to hear, right? Yeah, we need to be truthful and honest with ourselves. This Queen of Swords could be coming in to tell you, hey, listen, Cancers, it's time to let that stuff go. You've held on to it long enough. And then you have Death. This is Scorpio energy. But the bigger message here is a death of the old way of doing things. This is transformation. You can transform your life and how you feel every day simply by releasing negative feelings, by letting go of those old things that you're hanging on to, right? By being honest with yourself and others. That can change a lot. As humans, it's really hard. I sometimes wish that I could have one of those, was it Men in Black that had that little pen and they could just click it and the person would forget what happened in the last few minutes? Wouldn't it be great if we as humans could just say, okay, I don't want this memory. Let me click this and get rid of it. If only, right? And then that Lovers card, as I said, this is Gemini energy, but it's also choice. So you have choice. This is like the third message of choice, Cancers. It's your choice how you move forward. It's your choice what you choose to take with you. This is number 6, and 6 is our harmony, right? You could have Gemini in your birth chart, as we said. And the next card is the Sun. This is happiness. So I really feel like if you are able to release some of those things you're hanging on to and just say, I don't need that anymore, cut the cords, do a meditation, go get some Reiki or see somebody that can help you with cord cutting to get rid of the stuff you've been hanging on to. Because this is a card of real happiness, contentment, right? It's kind of showing a little kid riding a horse. There's a big red banner, the sun, sunflowers. Everything looks joyous and happy in this card. This is card number 19, which is a 10. This is your second 10, right? Endings and beginnings, completing a cycle so that you can start a whole new cycle. And then the last card for you in the tarot portion is the High Priestess. Also between endings and beginnings. So Cancers, I really feel like you're on the precipice of starting something new. This could even just be new feelings about who you are. It doesn't have to be a new job, a new home, or it can be, but this can also just be a new way of thinking about yourself and your life, right? You maybe have been hanging on to something way too long that you need to let go of. But the High Priestess is really tuned in to her third eye and her instinctual feelings, right? So let's look at this all together. All right. Judgment, call to action, Queen of Swords, that truth teller, right? You telling yourself the truth, or somebody may come along to you and say, hey, what are you doing that for? Like that happened 5 years ago. Forget about it. Death, transformation, leaving an old way behind. And then the Lovers, another choice, right? Another choice. And the Sun, contentment. This is being content with things as they are, right? We can't change what other people have done or what other people have said. We just have to learn to let go of it, my beautiful Cancers. And then that High Priestess coming in, on the last card, reminding you of endings, letting go, and moving on. Using your beautiful intuition, your gut instincts to let go any negative, anything, whatever it is, negative feelings about another, about yourself, about a job, about a home, about anything, a relationship, a friendship, whatever it is. She is the third card coming in that is endings and beginnings, telling you it's time to let it go. Okay? Wow. Okay. So you may have a rebirth of your own on the 4th of July. From the Council of Horses Oracle, you have Ainbar, lifting the veil. Ainbar, lifting the veil. Boundary jumper, fostering harmony and interconnectedness. Embrace the mystical. Yeah, sometimes we don't know what to do when we're letting go of old wounds or old feelings or old drama, right? Sometimes we're so used to that it feels foreign to us to move on and do something else. Yeah, I am a gift and vestige of another time, of a realm that turned sideways into the light and disappeared, or so it was thought. But disappear I and we did not, for the world of Fae shall never be forgot. Wow, that's pretty cool. So this card is your liaison between the seen and unseen worlds. Yeah, maybe, because it's really hard to be connected to the mystical and magical if you're so caught up in being rooted in the human, right? We forget about that. We forget that we can't, if we're so rooted in negative frequencies, we're disconnected from all of the beauty. I don't know who needed that message, but Cancers, I really feel like this week coming up, the 4th through the 9th, is it? I think. the 4th through the 10th. Yeah. The 4th through the 9th or 10th is you're going to be confronted with some old wounds, some old feelings, something from your past may come up and you have to figure out how to transmute that. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's good, right? It's good to transmute those feelings and break free of it. So I really think, yeah, that you need to feel and release this week coming up. All right, Cancers, that's what I have for you for this week. I really, truly hope that you enjoy your week, that you're able to tune into your gut instincts, that you're able to have joy in all of the little things in your life. Peace and kindness every single day. I love you all.